Hi, Jeremy the Tall Trainer here. We are going to do a body restoring sweaty workout today. All right, so we call this one sweat and stretch. All right, so basically it's a cardio exercise and a stretch paired up. So most often cardio exercise and stretch alternating back and forth. You got 45 seconds of each, and we're gonna get right into it. All right, so we're gonna jump right in right now. Timer's rolling. This is a tap back, reach up, hold. So I'm tapping back with my foot, reaching up my arms and sinking down and holding this spot. I got 45 seconds here. Let me show you from the side. Right in there. So tap back, reach up, hold. Reaching up through those arms, extending, sinking in here. So the goal of today is to get some cardio benefit, but also restore the body, stretch out some more. So I feel a little tight today, so this is perfect for me. Perfect for me today. So we're reaching, got about 10 seconds left. 10 seconds left here. Reaching and extending. Almost. And now we have the floor Cobra. All right, so we're gonna just come down on the floor, shoulders with the ears, chest out, opening those arms up, squeezing away. My palms are facing the ground or they're turned out. So my thumb is almost pointing out and up. Shoulders down, chest out, abs pulled in, chin's tucked back. All right. If you do want to pick your head up more, you have to keep your mouth closed, teeth together, just so you're stretching out the front of the neck along with it. Looks good. Squeeze and work. This is a great posture exercise. Really good for restoring our posture. Essentially, it's tummy time. All right, so we got tap back, reach up, hold on the other side now. All right, so I'll face you on again this time. Tap back, reach up, sink in. Nice. Good extension. So one thing we're looking at on this, reaching really far back with that back leg, sinking down in here as much as you can, and reaching up. If it's too much for you, you can take hands onto the knee, just so you're getting that stretch benefit. All right, if it's tough on your knees, tip forward a little more so you still get the stretch in your hip, but maybe less knee bend is happening. All right, so options there for that one. Sink in and stretch. Sink and stretch. Now back to floor Cobra. So coming down, squeezing back, shoulders away from the ears, abs pulled in, hands turned out a little bit. Oh. Now I can feel this running between my shoulder blades. I can even feel it running down my back. Really on the sides of the spine, there's a straps of muscle. And I'm working those right now. Make sure if you're doing that, you got your glutes tight too, so your butt cheeks are holding tight. Your feet do not need to be off the ground, because usually that means you arched your back too much. And you can look up and around if you would like to. You're gonna keep the teeth together. So we're stretching out some of this area in the neck. That's the area that holds us back the most. So we got the Warrior 2 next up. So we step back. Your back heel is the farthest thing back. The knee is bent on this one, and the arms are up here. All right. Shrug those shoulders down. Squeeze your shoulders together, and sink into it. Sometimes in order to sink, you got to go a little bit wider. All right. So I'm doing that right here. Wider is better. All right, sink down. Make sure your weight's on the heel of this front foot. Make sure you're not turning as you're doing this. Try to have the hands almost over the feet as you do this. Make sure this knee is over the ankle. It's not in front of the toes, and it's not back here while you're doing it. Right over the ankle, strong, straight back leg, sinking down in there. Now we got a cardio one more here. Jumping jacks. All right. So, warming up. So, on these opportunities to do cardio, take it as far as you like to take it, all right? So if you need an easier day, go a little bit easier on that. But if you want more calories burned, up your intensity there. So you can also do the tapping jumping jacks, so lower impact option. And I even do these options a lot, right? Okay? So it doesn't make you less of a person because you're doing a less jumpy version. It just means it might be smart. Might be smart for you at that moment. All right? Get my jumping jacks going. Usually you want the hands not going too much higher than your head. We're not going to reach up way up in here because that tends to be too much in the shoulder there. Now we're into the Warrior, facing the other way. All right, so the other knee is the bent knee. All right, stepping back, let me go a little bit more. Shoulders down, chest out, sinking in there. Oh yes. Dropping in, feeling that. Oh, dropping a little more, dropping a little more, dropping a little most. Notice I stepped a little bit wider to be able to pull that extra drop off of there. Sinking in. Now my back arm's starting to drop. Oh, squeeze that up. Shoulders down, chest out. Should work your shoulders a bit too while we're doing this. All right, squeezing in there. All right, next up is jumping jacks again. All right, all right. Excellent, excellent. All right, so 45 seconds. Getting that heart rate going, getting things moving, pumping, working. All right, so we're cranking it up, getting that heart rate going a bit. So we're sweating and stretching. We're not just stretching, sweating and stretching. Nice. That was easy. All right, so now we have a side plank. So you're gonna come down on your side here, propped up on your elbow. You can do this from your knees. Here, keeping that hip lifted off the ground there. Side plank there, or you can do it on the side of the feet. All right, right in there, holding that side plank. Notice how my elbow's underneath my shoulder. Nice alignment there. Chest out, abs pulled in, butt cheeks tight. Sucking in the stomach, like you're trying to pull your stomach away from your waistband there. Whew. And squeeze that hip up. So hips forward, hip up, shoulders back and down. Lots of posture can be working on this side plank. And the better you get your posture, the harder it is. All right, so next up is the butterfly stretch. All right, so you're just sitting on this one. It's very lovely. So almost like crisscross applesauce, but feet together, dropping the legs out to the side. If it's too much for you, you might even just hit the crisscross applesauce and let those legs dangle down a little bit. All right, get here. Now, feet closer to you is harder. It's tighter on my legs if I pull those feet closer. All right, and try to lift the chest up, sit straight. So I got my back rounded a little bit right now. I'm gonna try to push my chest out and drop those knees down. Maximize the fun right there. Oh, all right, so side plank. Back on the other side now. All right, so here, switcheroo here. Remember, you can do it from the knees. All right, good option right there. Especially if you're working on the posture. You're still trying to work on the posture. Shoulders in the ears, abs and tight. Push the hips forward. Try to get those butt cheeks tight as you're doing it. If you've got that going pretty well and you think you can handle it, you can go for a little bit more. A little bit more on that. But if it makes you do this kind of thing, it's not worth it, right? Make sure it's a good looking side plank. Chest is out. Hips are forward. You're not collapsing and bending. Opened up posture. Yes. Good. Now butterfly stretch again. All right. Here we are. Butterfly stretch. All right, some people wave them around and stuff like that. That's where they got the name butterfly on there. But it's a groin stretch inside of the leg. I'm touted for having the most flexible groin muscles. But I'm a work in progress, just like we all are, right? It's just the way it is. It's an opportunity for me to improve. So if you feel tight in there, go for the stretch. Challenge it a little bit. You don't need to feel really comfortable while you're doing this. All right, so next up is fast feet shuffle. All right, so we're getting up. We go in, out, out. In, out, out. All right, so that is the fast feet shuffle. So there's a chance to get that heart rate up a little more. So we pick up our speed. How you doing? Huh? How's your speed? All right, 15 seconds, I think. Opportunity is missed by most people. because it's dressed in overalls and it looks a lot like work. All right, nice. Fix my flooring here. There we go. All right, so lunge, deep lunge. So big step, sinking back. It's like the tap back reach up, but without the reach up. All right, if you can, go without the hands, but if you need to, put those hands on the knee, support yourself a little bit. But we're sinking in here. If you want to, you can touch the ground a little bit to get some of that too. All right, get that deep lunge position there. You can even do both hands down. Oh, one of my favorite stretches is this one right here. Feels so good on that leg. So we're doing just one side, so remember which side you're doing right now, because we're gonna do the other exercise, the fast feet again, and then we're going back to the other side, all right? So fast feet, right in here. Boom. Cranking up those feet, crank those feet. Huff and puff opportunity. So it's in, out, out, in, out, out. I know these can be tough sometimes. Imagine like you're stepping on a line, stepping off the line, stepping on a line, stepping off the line. So I think narrow, narrow, wide, wide, narrow, narrow, wide, wide. Narrow, narrow, wide, wide. Right in there. Sometimes I like to switch up. Which foot is the lead foot? Make sure it's not always the same foot. All right, deep lunge. Deep lunge. Make sure your front on here. Make sure the other leg sinking in, do the hands down, dropping that hip in, stringing that back leg pretty good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Catch our breath a little bit while we stretch. So I'm already starting to pick up a pretty good sweat, so I hope you are too. All right. The heat of constant activity starts to build up there. We're getting close. Alright, next up is mountain climbers. Alright, so we're down in here, hands down, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, switching. Alright, you do this up on the couch, coffee table or something like that with the hands to make it a little bit easier, and we're going for it. Alright, so now I'm going to pick it up just a little bit now that you saw what it looks like. Hips low. Try to keep the shoulders over the hands if you can. Difficult to do. Difficult. Most people tend to pop up in here. All right, try to keep it down. Your knees are skimming the ground, but not getting carpet burn. All right. All right. Next up is the tibialis stretch. All right. This could be too tough for the knees, so you may not be able to do this one this way, right? If you can, you point your toes and you're sitting on your feet. If you need to, you get a chair, you're sitting in the chair, and you just point your toes and stretch out one at a time, okay? So that's the option. So you don't have to bend your knee as much, and your body weight's not under as much. But if you can, it's not bad to have some range of motion in your knees. But if they're hurting, don't do it. Now for me, my shins hurt a lot on this one. For other people, there's nothing. It feels like all of nothing. All right, if you're one of those, enjoy it. There'll be other ones where you get to do more. All right, you can go harder on your mountain climbers that way. All right, speaking of, it's time. All right, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Here we go. We got 45 seconds. I should pick it up a little bit. Oh boy. Almost there, I'm sure of it. Alright, tibialis stretch again. Alright, sitting on those feet there. Sarah and I went skydiving when we first got married. It was before we got married, actually. It was a little tiny plane. You had to sit like this. And somebody's back behind you, and both of you are kind of sitting on your own feet there. And as you're coming up, you're like, oh, look at the view. Look at the view. And all I could do was like, I just couldn't wait to jump out of this plane because this position was tough on those shins there. So if you feel that, maybe you should go skydiving because you'll fit in the plane better than I did. You can lean back a little bit on here too. That's an option as well. All right, we got to a rest break. All right, so pause here, catch your breath, drink some water. Drink some water right now, it's a good thing. Here I am without my water nearby, but just do what I say, not what I do. All right, so sip of water. We only got about 22 seconds left on the rest break, so we're not gonna waste too much time on the rest. We're gonna go right into it, all right? There's work to be done. So sweat and stretch. One exercise for sweaty, one exercise for stretchy. Let's see what we can do here. All right, now 5 seconds. We start with a squat kick. All right, so feet apart. Here we go. Push the butt back and kick. Go back and kick the other side. So I'm gonna try to get my PowerPoint here earlier. There it is, there it is. That's something to keep us on track there. We gotta keep our words going. All right, push that butt back, kicking out, all right? So when people do this one, they tend to, one, collapse the knees in. Don't do that. They step back together too narrow. So step back wide. The other thing is they tend to put the knees forward. Don't do that. Push the butt back, all right? All right, next up is a laying quad stretch. Or lying quad stretch. So laying on your stomach, grab the ankle, abs in tight, push the hips towards the ground. Oh yeah. Hips in there. If you can't get a hold of this, you could try a belt, loop that around, and get it that way. All right? Sometimes even just getting a hold of your heel is more doable than your ankle. If you've got it, you got more flexibility, push those hips into the ground, pull the abs in, and almost like you're trying to lift your knee off the ground while keeping your hip on the ground. Oh, yeah. Remember which leg you're doing? The next step, we're doing the other side. All right? So now we got squat kicks again. Kicks again. Kick. Squat. Kick. Squat. Good squat. Knees out. Chest out. Butt out. When you're doing a kick, ideally, the kick starts with a knee, goes up the kick, back to a knee, and then back down again. All right? So it's not just kicking out there. All right, lying quad stretch. The other leg. Coming down. Grab a hold. There we go. Point that knee away from you. Try to keep that knee towards the other leg. All right, so don't let it wing out to the side. Try to keep it towards the other leg as you're doing the stretch. Contemplate your life. Pull the abs in, tighten your butt cheeks. Point that knee away from you like it's a loaded weapon. Push the hips into the ground. That's what tighten the glutes does. You tighten the glutes. Hopefully it pushes your hips towards the ground, but keep the abs tight so you don't arch your back. All right, next one is Napoleon Dynamite. Oh, dynamite. All right, tapping out. All right, feet together, tapping out. Feet together, tap out. There's always one foot in the middle. Always one foot in the middle. So you got the feet, but you got that, and then add the arms. Bam, bam. The cleaner you make it, the more likely you get invited to my dance crew. Boom, yeah, ooh. Clean arm lines, clean arm lines. Smile. All right, so we got the downward dog is next here. Great one right here. Right, the hands on the ground, heels dropping, tailbone lifting. If this one is too tough on the shoulders, just do a hamstring stretch where you tip over and stretch there. But if you can handle it, go for it because it's good medicine there. All right, drop the heels in, push the chest towards the floor, but lift the tailbone up. It's almost like you're trying to pull your tailbone away from your hands, straightening your knees, dropping your heels down, lifting your tailbone up. This is fairly comfortable, right? Feel some stretch. Feel some stretch happening there. All right, Napoleon Dynamite time. Tapping out. Tapping out. The sweat's getting bigger. The sweat's getting bigger. You're gonna start seeing it come through this shirt soon. These are nice gray shirts for you. If you want people to see you sweat, wear gray. Tapping out. Tapping out. Now lower is harder, and faster is harder. All right, downward dog again here. All right, hands go down. It's almost like you're in a push-up position, and then you pop your hips up. All right, so that's a decent way to find it. Biggest mistake I see is people put their hands too close to their feet, and they have to bend their back in order to do that. Move your hands out far enough so you can keep that tailbone up in the air as you get this stretch. All right, knees are straightening, heels pressing down. Tipping, tipping, tipping. Ah, yes. Knees are straightening, heels dropping, tailbones lifting, like somebody's giving you an atomic wedgie. I hope you've never had one of those. That would be sad. All right, punching combo is next. All right, so we're gonna go nose, nose, jaw, jaw. Nose, nose, jaw, jaw. So whichever hand you started with, keep track of that. When we get back to this one, I want you to switch which fist leads the way. So whichever the first nose punch is, you're gonna change that up next time. But right now, pick it up a little bit. Nose, nose, jaw, jaw. So the elbow stays bent on that uppercut. Boom, boom, nose, nose, jaw, jaw. Chance to get the heart rate up. All right, next up is a deltoid stretch. That's nice. Shoulder down, chest out. Now, grab here, drop your shoulder, and then reach across. That's the best. That's the best stretch. You just kind of come in here and hold it up here. Drop that shoulder, and draw across. Loosen up that deltoid so you feel a stretch through here. Maybe a little bit across the back here too. That's where the front of the deltoid and help is with the rear deltoid. And pull it off there too. You're getting a stretch. Now, switch up which hand leads the way. Alright? It's like brushing your teeth with the opposite hand. May not feel as natural. That's alright. It's good practice for our minds. Nose, nose, jaw, jaw. So come up, almost like there's a bungee cord attached to your elbow. Boom, boom. Up and back down. All right, deltoid stretch to the side. Reach across, shoulder down. Oh yeah. Drop that shoulder. Push your breath a tiny bit. Hope you're out of it a little bit. You're out a little more than I am. I'm trying to talk and do this. If I was just doing this, I'd go a little harder. Talking slows me down. Across. Next one is going to be a slow mountain climb with a twist. Alright, so we come down. So your hands can be up on the arm of the couch or a coffee table or something like that, but you're going to turn, bring the knee towards the opposite arm. Alright? Right in there. Let me show you from the front. Alright, so I'm down here. On the hands. So you can put your hands up on a chair or something like that too. You can do this as well. Alright? Not as fast as a regular mountain climber. If you can, try to pause when that knee is touching the arm. If you can't touch the knee to the arm, it might mean you need to shift your weight forward more. Alright, I'll be able to do that. I'll show you get the other view. Alright. Great, seated glute stretch. We're going to laying down version here. If you have a chair around, you can do a seated one. I don't have a chair. I don't need one. Alright. So reach it through, grab that bottom leg, pull it towards you. Stretching out the hip. Alright. If you can't get a hold of this, you can try a strap. You can't leave it on the ground. Work on pushing away first. Or you can try to just hug that, hop it down, or hop this foot in more to start getting that stretch to happen. And then once it's loose enough, then maybe you can grab a hold of it and start stretching it and bending those arms more to get more stretch out of it. Alright, so I promise you a different view on the mountain climb with a twist. Alright, so if you're having trouble getting your knee to touch the arm, a lot of times it's because your butt's up really high. Now, you need to go to a chair so you can make it happen. Alright, so it's easier not to do it. But it may just be you just need to shift forward more. So you say if I shift my weight forward, boom, now I can touch. You can shift back when you tap back, but shift forward with the touch. Almost there. All right. Now, seated glute stretch, the other side. All right. So laying back here, cross the other leg over. Again, hop it to wherever you need to. Grab a hold and stretch. Oh yeah. Oh, the sweat. The sweat is coming. It's working for you too. Yes. Detox. Detox right there. Everybody wants a detox. Workout on detox, you're pretty good. Every time you sweat, it's like peeing out your skin. And then you drink more water, and it flushes your system out better. Alright? Now, we got a one-leg field goal reach. Alright? So you're balancing on one leg. Balance there. So set. Get a field goal squeeze in my upper back. And I reach out. Now you can stay upright a little bit more, so you can tap this foot as you're doing it. Squeeze shoulder down, chest out, and reach out. Or you can go for more incline. Squeeze and reach out. So you're in more of a scale position here. Alright, so a little harder on the balance. If you need to, tap that foot to keep your balance here. Everybody wobbles around this one in class and they feel like they're terrible. Don't worry, you're normal. You're normal. Alright, next one is going to be a hamstring stretch. Alright, so I'll show you this side here. Chest out, butt out. Stretching the hamstring. I'm tipping in towards it. Alright, tipping in, stretching the back of the legs. And you say, wait a second, downward dog, I already stretched my hamstrings. Yeah, we need lots of hamstring stretches. Suckers are tight. Alright, so tipping in there, chest is out. Imagine there's a dial at your hips. Turn that dial to tip forward, or imagine you grab a hold of your hips and try to tip your tailbone up in the air to get more stretching here. Try to face this foot too. Sometimes the hips will turn away. Try to turn your hips so they're facing this front leg. Alright, that'll be even better. Now, remember which leg you balanced on? Now let's do the other side. Alright? So other leg here. Squeezing in and reaching out. Squeezing in and reaching out. Abs pulled in. Back leg is up high. Reaching there. And reaching. Back leg is high. And reaching. Alright, again, you can go low if you need to. But if you can, back leg high and occasional taps. If you're looking around too much, you will lose your balance more often on that one. Alright? Let's do hamstring stretch the other leg. Here it is, kicked out. Chest out, butt out. Hanging out in here. Tipping into that position. Now, as I was saying before, if my hips are turned away, I'm kind of facing this way. If I turn my hips towards this leg that's down, I will feel more stretch in the hamstring and a little more on the outside edge of the hamstring. Alright? This is an area that needs to stretch pretty good usually. Tipping, tipping, tipping. If you're not feeling, just keep tipping until you do. Keep your back straight. Back straight while you're doing that tip. Right. Very nice. Alright. Here we go. We made it to another rest break. Take your little pause there. Alright, so my shirt is getting speckled. Showing up a little bit here. It's a good sign. So we'll try to see what we can do about the next round here. I'm going to show you why I really like having sleeves. Here you go, ready? Here you go, and this one. I heard that was on microphone, that's fine. I can wipe off some of the sweat there. I also found that's why we have eyebrows. Funny enough. Alright, so now, next up here is light jacks. Alright, so down here, coming out and in, or I go wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Now my hands could be up on a chair too while I'm doing this. Alright? Wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Wide, narrow, narrow. Now you can hop as you're doing this, but make sure you're not bouncing too much as you do it. You're trying to keep hippity hop to a minimum and smaller foot movements. Alright? But you can also do the wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Kind of like fast feet, but in a plank position. Alright, next up is going to be the kneeling hip flexor stretch. Alright, so you can do it down here, kneeling, pressing that hip forward. You can do it standing. Alright, so if kneeling is not an option for you with the knee, is you can do it standing. Pressing into that, pressing into that. Now if you've got the flexibility and you want to, you can bring that foot up and lean into it a little bit more. You show off right now. Good wearing on that. Now, be aware of your hip position. As there's a cool belt buckle, tip your hips up towards you and press into that. Push this hip forward and you'll feel the stretch along the front of the back leg. That is what we're going for there. Alright, next up is plank jacks again. Lovely. How lovely. Let me show you here's this angle here. Alright, so we're going wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Wide, narrow, narrow. Wide. We'll go extra wide just so you can see it on the outsides there. Alright, now we'll do a hoppy version. There's your chance to get tired. You couldn't tell this was the working one. The other one's a stretch. Abs in tight. Again, remember your hands be up on a chair or something like that. Just make sure you're not having your shoulders coming back, otherwise the chair's going to start sliding. Shoulders over the hands as you're doing that. So kneeling hip flexor, the other side. Other side. Alright, kneeling in there. Resting out. Yes. Hear that? Pull the abs in. Remember the full belt buckle. Tip it up. Press the hip forward into it. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. So good. So much fun. Oh, good stretch on the front of that back leg there. Shuffle punch. Shuffle, punch. All right. Shuffle, punch. Shuffle over, punch. You don't need a lot of room to pull this on. You can pull some small shuffles. If you got more room, go ahead and use it. It's fun. Pivoting, turning on that back foot, you release the heel, turn that body as you're doing it. Standing lower back stretch. This one we're going to be a ceiling inspector. Hands on the hip, looking up. Push hips forward. Yeah. Looks like you got a little something right up in there. There's something about that. Hips are pushing forward, looking up. Teeth together because we're looking up. Because we spend so much time seated, bent forward, taking a moment to stretch along the front, it's a good idea. Dr. Stuart McGill highly recommends it. One of the lower back pain experts. Might be his fault that plays got so popular, actually. All right, shuffle punch, shuffle punch. So you're gonna pivot, turn, ooh, hard hit. So it's like you're shuffling down the hallway, punching somebody to the other end. Boom, the backhand, punches forward. All right, next up, lower back stretch again. Here we go. Yep. Ceiling inspector time. Yeah. You got your dingle flanger. Test your zippities on. Not good. Costs you a lot. Yeah, I'm pretty mean green estimate right now. I don't know if they still make that part. Looking up, feet together, opening up the chest, push hips forward, abs tighten a little bit, holding that, all right? Circle knees, sweeping around, all right? Right in here, all right? I love this one because it's almost like a knee block. So if somebody's trying to kick me, they go, come on, kick me. And block it off the side. That. Fancy stuff right there. So I lift my toes up as I do this and sweep around. So I come across this way, sweep to the side, sweep the side, all right? A little bit of hip flexor work, a little bit of hip mobility going on. This one's an easy one. Why would there be an easy one? Because maybe there's hard ones coming. All right? Hands clasp, chest stretch. So clasp the hands together. Push those hands towards the ground, puff the chest out. Stretching across here. Alright? So, pressing those hands down, pushing my chest out, squeezing back there. If you can try to go for a little separation. Getting the hands away from the body. Oh, yeah. That's pretty easy. I always feel like I'm a guard. A soldier or something like that. I hear this one. Pushing the chest out so well. So proud. Noble even. Alright. Circle knees. Circle. Abs in tight as you do this. Everything's an opportunity to work your core. Everything's an opportunity to work your core. Now, we just got a little bit more to go here. We got this one, the hand clasp chest stretch. We got 2 more sets, and then we're done. So those last 2 sets, are gonna be a doozy, all right? You may not hear me talk as much on those last two. Squeeze out well to the side. Squeeze out well to the side. All right. Hands clasped, chest stretch. Clasp the hands, push them down, puff the chest out. Yep. Yep. Good workout. Now with this one in class, people do really benefit a lot from it. So not only is it a good sweat, and you get the huff and puffing time, which I could probably get more because I'm not going to fire. But I'm about to. All right. Puff that chest out, shoulders down, reaching towards the floor. All right. So they get more flexible. And that more flexible really has their body feeling much better from a workout like this. It is good. It is good. Flexibility is a nice deal. Sometimes it's tough to do it just by itself. So, last out, cross jacks. Cross jacks. You can do a tapping version. All right, crisscross the hands, tap the foot across. All right, there's the tapping version or jumping version. Oh yeah. This becomes a pretty cool dance move too. Chance to go for it. Remember, tapping version counts 2. But make it strong, make it strong. So strengthen your arm movements as you're doing this one. All right, reverse crunch. Find me on the floor on your back. You ready? Here we go. Hands down, lifting up. Just small little moves. Keep your feet down. Otherwise, you're just kicking. If you're doing this, you're not doing any kind of crunch. You're just using momentum of your feet. All right, so keep your feet down. Squeeze up. Like you're trying to push your knees towards the ceiling. Now, I do push in the ground a little bit. It's almost cheating. All right, but I say it's okay. Lower abdominals while we're doing that. All right, back to the cross jacks. Here we go. We're getting close now. Time to bring it. Remember, tappy version is option also. Get that heart rate up, only 45 seconds, come on. All right, reverse crunch. Find us back down again, on our back. And then up there. Try to come out of that crunch slowly. You can just focus on the top part of it, or if you want to, you can do a little heel tap. But when you do the heel tap, don't arch your back. Pulling in those lower abdominals like you're pulling your stomach away from your waistband. A lot of this difficulty of this one is on how much you focus as you're doing it. Oh boy, it's game time. Tuck ins, all right? In, out, out. In, out, out. All right, it's go time. Here we go. Last set. 2 more exercises, 2 more times, we're done. Come on. Your hands can be up on a chair while you're doing this. Still counts. 10 seconds. All right, sprint. Sprint in place. Pumping those arms, moving those legs. more is there to say, but go, come on. Strong pump, come on. We're almost there, come on. You got this. Nice, couple. All right, tuck in. If you want to, you can hop in and out. But I can't go very long that way by the end of this workout. And still have good form. Come on. Peak of the workout right here. Peak of the workout. Both feet are in, both feet are back. Keep those hips low. Arms are burning. 12 seconds. All right, sprint. Sprint it. Last bit. Strong mind, strong body. I say strong mind. You say strong body. Strong mind. Yeah. Strong mind. Strong mind. Strong mind. Let's do this. Last few seconds. Come on. Pump it. Open it up. Quit staring at the floor. Look at me. Pump it. Pump those arms. Get his legs going. Double it. Double it. Almost there. And there. Oh, sweet. How sweet it is to be done. All right. We did it. Sweaty, stretchy, and you're pretty flexible already. So if you want to do more stretching, you can. But usually in class, we count that as done. A good day complete. All right? You sweated, you stretched, you finished strong. That's a good deal. God, thank you that our bodies can do this. Help us to take care of our bodies so they can take care of us. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. All right, you guys, have fun. Be safe. God bless.